Are you desperately searching for some safe foods to eat during your IBS attacks? Watch this video for some simple meal ideas to help soothe those gut flare-ups. For the most helpful information you'll find about IBS online, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified every Friday when I post a new episode. If you hate not knowing what foods won't trigger your IBS, by the end of this video you'll be armed with a few life-saving recipes to tame your gut. I'm Wendy Leung, holistic health and happiness coach, licensed acupuncturist, and powerhouse IBS conqueror. And I know how frustrating it is to feel like all food is your enemy. I teach my clients all about gut supporting foods, and now I'm sharing it with you too. Meals cause so much anxiety when you have IBS. On the bad days, you might even think that it's easier just not to eat anything so that you don't accidentally make your terrible symptoms even worse. In a previous episode, I already explained why that was a really bad idea. But then, which foods are actually safe to eat? What do you eat when your IBS flares up? Let me know in the comments below. I've explained that in traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM for short, we see the digestive system like a campfire. The best way to keep it in check is to fuel it with the right foods, and those are warm, cooked, simple meals. Warm because your gut doesn't need to make extra effort to heat it before digesting. Cooked because then the food is already pre-digested. Simple so your weak gut doesn't need to multitask when it's processing nutrients. In TCM, all foods have different healing properties, so simple meals are actually much easier to harmonize than complex ones. Also, some foods have healing properties that specifically help the TCM digestive organs, spleen and stomach. Here are a few one-pot recipes that contain some of those healing foods. Recipe number 1, congee, aka the chicken soup of Chinese culture. Congee is considered a real comfort food because from a TCM perspective, it's chock full of nutrients and it's easy to digest, so it's the ultimate food to have when you're feeling sick. It's also commonly eaten as a breakfast food because it's rice porridge, similar to oatmeal. Rice is an amazing friend to the spleen and stomach organ system, and cooking it into a porridge makes it much easier to digest. The basic recipe is 1 cup of rice to 5 cups of water or broth, slow cooked into a porridge. There's an unlimited number of other ingredients that you could add to bump up the nutrients, including egg, carrot, a handful of quinoa, or well-soaked, well-washed beans. Recipe number 2, veggie soup. There are some vegetables that specifically help the spleen and stomach, but there's also other veggies that might be triggers for other people too. I personally had a lot of trouble with onions and garlic during my flare-ups, so be mindful of what you already know triggers you. But other than that, who doesn't love a good home-cooked veggie soup? Here's a basic recipe: chicken, beef, or veggie stock with a handful of spleen and stomach supporting vegetables. Napa cabbage, carrots, parsnip, or other root vegetables. Throw in a handful of rice and let that fully cook before eating. Recipe number 3, fruit compote. In TCM nutrition, all foods are categorized into different flavors, and those different flavors support specific organ systems. When taken in moderation, naturally sweet flavors support the spleen and stomach organ system, and some fruit, like cherries, fall into that category. Cherries are often sweet enough that you don't need to add additional sugars, so if you're craving something sweet, try this recipe out as a snack. This is the easiest recipe of them all. It's just chopped pitted cherries, sauteed with a little bit of water, and you can use frozen cherries in this case. For those of you who are diarrhea prone, make an applesauce. For those of you with constipation, make an apricot sauce. And for calming gas and pain, you can add in some papaya as well. So to recap, the 3 warm, cooked, simple recipe ideas you can use when your IBS flares up are: number 1, congee or rice porridge. Number 2, vegetable soup with gut-supporting veggies. And number 3, fruit compote with gut-supporting fruit. If you didn't have time to write down those simple gut-friendly recipes, don't worry, because in the description box below, you can sign up for my newsletter and I'm gonna send them right to you. Keep in mind though that everyone's IBS is different based on their specific constitutions, so there's only so many recipes that can help everyone across the board. If you're looking for more support specifically for you, check out my website to find out a little bit more about how I work with my clients. The link is in the description box below. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it below, drop a comment with the word helpful, and let me know what your favorite IBS recipe was, and then share with your fellow IBS conquerors so that we can spread the word that IBS is not a forever thing and that I can help you beat this thing together. I have a lot to share with you, including more tips on how you can kick your IBS to the curb. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you get notified every Friday when I post a new episode.